Hello guys, welcome to the third class video. In this opportunity, let's talk a little bit about passive voice, but making some emphasis in special forms. Before we start, let's have an overview of passive voice. Remember, in passive voice, we have no interest in who or what performs the action. We are interested in the action itself or the result of the action. Also, we mention the agent only when we think that the information is important. And to form the passive voice, we use the verb to be. Also, we use the past participle of a transitive verb. For example, we have a small sum of money was stolen from the cash box, or the film will be made available next July. A new password is generated every 24 hours, or this card hasn't been used since 2014. Let's continue with some special forms of the passive voice. And in this case, I'm gonna use it with the have and get form. We use the have get form when we mean that somebody else did something for us. And the main structure is get or have something done. Now let's take a look at some examples. If I say Claire is going to decorate her room, it is an active voice sentence and it means that she is going to do it herself, right? But if I say Claire is going to have her room decorated, it means that a decorator or somebody else is going to do it for her. If I say I clean my house every Tuesday, it means that I do it myself. But if I say I get my house cleaned every Tuesday, it means that somebody else does it for me. Another example, they painted the office during last weekend, they did it. But if I say they got the office painted last weekend, it means that somebody else painted the office for them. If you take a look at the sentences, we have the structure which is made of a subject like they, I, or Claire. Then we have the have get form, got in past, get, and have in here. Also, I have the object, in this case, the office, my house, or her room. The participial verb like painted, cleaned, and decorated. And finally, possibly a complement. Let's take a look at some other examples. It is important to mention that the tense is expressed through the get or have verb. In the present continuous form, for example, I have Molly is getting, this is present continue, so Molly is getting her new cooker installed. In the present perfect, you haven't had your hair cut in a long time. So this is the have form and this is the participial form of the verb. In the present simple, Mark usually gets his suits cleaned at Superclean. Some other cases, it is also possible in past simple, like we got our television repaired last year, or using also an auxiliary verb like should. You should get your car checked regularly. Also, it is possible in a conditional. Actually, it is possible in many ways. If I say, if I could pay for it, I would have my car painted. Okay, so I have it in this case in the second conditional form. Let's continue. Let's see another special form of the passive voice. Take a look at these two sentences. It says, or they say, Henry gave a card to Claire, or Henry gave Claire a card. It's almost the same meaning. Now, if I change it to the passive voice, I can say a card was given to Claire. And in this sentence, it's about the card, and it tells me who received the card. So it is telling me that also it was specifically a card. It wasn't a dog, a flower, or a pizza. Now, if I say Claire was given a car, this sentence it's about Claire and it tells me what she received. So it is making some emphasis about that it was Claire who received the car. It wasn't Lisa, Mary, or Pat. And some other examples are like Mike was sent tickets for the concert, so he received the tickets. Or Martha has been promised a better job, so she was the one who received the promise. If I say my wife is paid more than her sister, it means that she is the one who receives the money. Or the dog was bathed with shampoo, it means that the dog was the one who took or who received the bathing or the shower. So this form is also possible with verbs like allow, award, fed, give, grant, hand, lend, offer, owe, pay, promise, sell, send, show, teach, and some other verbs. Another special form is the form it is said that plus a sentence or a clause. If I say Henry is in love with Claire, then it is implied, or somebody else can say that it is said that Henry is in love with Claire. It means that people say this or somebody says this. This form is used when we can't say or we don't need to say who the speaker is. I can use it with some other verbs like believe, consider, or know. If I say it is believed that Henry is in love with Claire, it means that people believe this. Or it is known that Henry is in love with Claire. It's also possible with verbs like consider, agree, allege, announce, assure, decide, expect, explain, hope, report, suggest, suppose, understand, and some other verbs. We have some other examples like it is thought that the company is planning a new campaign. It is reported that the president had suffered a heart attack, or it has been agreed that changes to the program are necessary. This structure is used especially in news, reports, advertising, magazines, etc. Similar form is the form he said to plus a verb. Once again, if I say Henry is in love with Claire, I can also say Henry is said to love Claire or to be in love with Claire. So people say this about Henry or somebody else says this. Some other examples like the company is expected to plan a new campaign, the president was reported to suffer a heart attack, or the movie was supposed to be very funny. I can do this with verbs like believe, expect, find, know, report, say, think, understand. Sorry. Uh, Now, we have finished with the content of this part of the class. Let's now continue with the idiom corner part. Okay? And on this opportunity, we're going to talk about idioms about time. Remember, an idiom, it's an expression used that has a hidden meaning. So if I say things like around the corner, it means that something is coming up or it's coming soon. Like, I can't believe that Christmas is around the corner. It's like it's very soon. If I say lose track of time, it means that I forget about time, I forget or get distracted about the time. Like somebody, I'm sorry I'm late. I lost track of time. Like you didn't have any idea about the time. If I say in a heartbeat, it means instantly, immediately. Like he accepted the job in a heartbeat, like very fast at the moment. So for today, those were the idioms about time, and that was also the content of the third class. I'll see you in class. I hope you can take a look at this video as many times as possible. Take notes, and if you have questions, take those questions to the class. Thank you and bye.